Absolutely, and which kind of segues nicely into the next question, is and maybe Dushanka, you can start off with this one, because you've created a better mousetrap, it sounds like, and as you have gone through this innovative product development and developed a greener product, has that created new market opportunities than you would have otherwise found?
Well, absolutely. Actually, we created rather than a mousetrap, we created a lobster trap. Because we're very selective in capturing only toxic anesthetic agents that are normally routinely vented into the atmosphere on a daily basis. We let everything else go straight through, so we do have the lobster trap. And the market opportunities are great. It opened up not just the market opportunities in North America and in developed world, but also market opportunities in so-called untapped markets for general anesthetics, which are in countries in transition as well as developing countries. These anesthetics that we are focused on, they are so-called advanced because only less than 5% is metabolized by the patient, which is safe for the patient. However, it also generates more unused and more waste, which is totally inevitable in terms of anesthesia practice. So the 95% is lost, and once the hospital purchases the anesthetic gas machine, which is about $150,000 each, then their operating cost is actually replenishing the 95% of the emissions that they had lost forever. Because this is not something that they can start you up and you continue over the counter. This is a hospital-based drug. So it does open the opportunities for other countries globally to adopt this premium type of anesthetics that are in a much more cost-effective way. Because the prices that are, it's 1.3 billion every year is being spent in North America on purchasing these 3 generally used anesthetics. Just in North America. It does not include India, China, or any other countries simply because they cannot afford it, out of which 95% is directly kind of unused and wasted.
Thanks, Dushanka. And last question, and let's do this one quickly, starting with you, Joseph, and then work quickly down the line. What are the benefits of going green?
Well, in our case, we really having the benefit on multi-level, on energy conservation and resolving the problem of energy shortage and greenhouse gases. We're talking about creating a new opportunity and using technology to do the thing in the efficient way. There are 5 billion light bulbs in operation in the US alone. Every one of those light bulbs would create about 3 hours of employment to change it into the modern age. So doing that, even in retrofit application, there isn't a place, even here in Canada, the system will pay back for itself. From the energy saving and reduced maintenance cost, it will pay back for itself in 2 years. So tell me how many places would give you 50% return on investment on any technological thing. So the export opportunity, the educational opportunity, it's countless.
Thanks, Joseph. Kevin?
Well, I would say that the benefits for us, not only from an operational standpoint, from a cost and environmental standpoint, there's great benefits to participating in sustainability. When I take a look at some of the stewardship end-of-life products, how the products we make get created and how they get returned and diverted away from waste, particularly in the market of BC, where they've got legislation effective that will require manufacturers to manage that, I think that's a great benefit. It's an extra cost, from a manufacturing standpoint, but it's a cost well worth taking to make sure that some of these things are handled. It also provides a lot of opportunity for new skill sets within our organization, with the deployment of LED technology in our lighting, development of codes and standards. We take an active role in that, especially those with regard to stewardship and product life cycle. It also requires a more broad-based approach and a more technical approach to the sale of traditional products that we've manufactured in the past, requiring new skill sets for many of the people in the room here that can aspire to. So there's a huge benefit, unquestionable.
Thank you. Dushenka.
Well, one of the biggest benefits actually is job creations and economy building, and building the future for for the mankind and for the generations to come. And sustainability, like it's not just the greener and the healthier environment and air and water that we breathe, but it's sustainable. It's a life cycle extension of the product. It just makes sense in doing the right thing, that it needs to be done, which creates a huge number of new jobs.
We all have to start building homes and buildings that are energy independent, whether it's lighting, sophisticated building techniques like LEED, or applying solar collectors, whether it be for electricity generation or heating. One of the reasons that I created the company is 85% of our load is heating. When you look at space heating, it's 60%. When you look at the use of domestic hot water, it's 25%. Electricity is 15%. So if we can cover off 85% of the load through alternative energy systems for managing the heating processes of a building, or recovering heat off of stale air in ventilation, or recovery off of ventilation air, and or generating our own electricity on the site and using sophisticated techniques like energy efficient lighting and building techniques, we will have no reliance on $100 billion worth of nuclear power plants. Or we won't have to rebuild them, or we won't have to do cogeneration plants that a lot of us are up in arms over. So I think alternative energy is here to stay. It's getting its legs, and it's important that people start to utilize it and look to these technologies.
Thanks, Todd. And just in closing, maybe I'll take a crack at that one if you'll permit, Al. And I think it's really important and really greatly personally satisfying for me, and to be able to reconcile my personal goals and desires with those of my vocation. And I think it's incumbent that we develop programs for education and training that allow individuals to seek what their inner passion is, and end up with really high quality employment opportunities that jive with the requirements of the 21st century. We face significant challenges, and those of us that are in this room have a tremendous responsibility, and at the same time opportunity, to help those that are making a transition into the green economy, and go out there and do what you do because you do it well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to our panelists. It was a great discussion that we've had.